Hello everyone, I'm Philip Duncan. Thanks for joining us for our weekend weather update and the outlook for the first week of summer on the meteorological calendar, which kicks off next Tuesday. But let's kick off with the Friday animated wind map, and we've got a colder southerly coming through. This is Friday evening. You can see the southerly going all the way up just about into Auckland by 7 o'clock this evening, plus or minus a couple of hours. But generally speaking, the southerly comes in tonight, but it fades out the further north it goes. It's kind of like a wave crashing up the beach. The further up it goes, it's just about to stop and then it retreats and goes back down to the Southern Ocean area. There's a big high out here in the Tasman that is helping to produce this southerly flow, but it's also going to be the reason why the south tonight going into Saturday morning will see a little bit of frost around inland, mountainous valleys, and also just a few other inland areas. So you can see here, 2 degrees is the forecast around about central Otago, northern Southland. There are some areas that get down to 1, and other areas up through the mountains here getting down to about 0. So there is the risk of a little bit of ice, a light frost here and there, very, very late in the season, but does sometimes happen. Temperatures well below average for most of the South Island. The dark blue areas 4 to 8 degrees below average, and the little pink dots, those are the tops of the mountains that you're seeing here. Those areas more than 8 degrees below average, so that's quite a bit. The North Island's not quite so bad. You know, the main areas like Auckland, much of Waikato, Bay of Plenty, Taranaki, Manawatu, those areas, Wellington as well, all pretty much where they should be. Cloud cover's part of the reason for that, but the eastern areas are a little bit cooler. And speaking of cloud cover, Wellingtonians are pretty much over it. I've seen a few complaints from Christchurch as well, but we've got a change coming. By the way, there's a news story at Weather Watch about Wellington's clouds, so if you live in Wellington, or if you're generally interested in cloud forecasting, we've now got a lot of data to help you work out if you're a stargazer or you just want to see the sun. You can take a look at that news story on our homepage and in our free Weather Watch app. But there is a change coming. So with this high moving through northern areas, there are westerly winds behind it, and westerlies are going to be the theme for the next week or so ahead. Forget La Nina. We don't have very many easterlies in the forecast. We've got a lot of westerlies coming through, and on Monday they could even get up to gale force, and there's also a storm next Wednesday. So it's not coming into New Zealand, but it's south of us to drive in more westerlies, as you'll see shortly. So Saturday, high pressures to the north, but the windy southerlies coming through. That will make for some very sunny areas for some of you. Others will still get a bit of cloud cover, especially maybe these eastern areas, although as that high comes in, any early showers, this is the cold front here being pushed away, any early showers will clear Hawke's Bay, Gisborne, and the sun comes out. Beautiful weather on the way as those westerlies start to arrive. On Sunday, there's a little bit of uncertainty still about this timing of this wet weather. Yesterday it was showing it wouldn't arrive till night time. Now it's showing it's the afternoon, and that's because the high, not very powerful either, is being shunted further northwards. That allows for the windy westerlies to blow in around the North Island, and also a fair bit of instability out at sea here with a low starting to form. So Sunday, windy westerlies in the north, some wet weather, some downpours. The south, a lot calmer, a bit cloudy though still, with a few showers here and there. Into next week, so we've got this low coming in. It forms in the Tasman, moves across New Zealand. Yesterday it was showing it a little bit further south. Today it's pushed it up around Cook Strait. Either way, the last day of spring on the meteorological calendar looks windy. West to northwest winds over the North Island may prompt some wind warnings. We haven't locked that in. It's obviously up to Met Service, but clearly the winds are pretty strong in this area, so there might be some wind warnings. If not, it's just going to be a blustery day in some areas in the north, and in the south, a cooler change coming in, more of a southerly flow for you, which means another temperature drop for South Islanders. Now by Tuesday, we're back into another high pressure belt coming through. Things calm down briefly. This is very much a spring weather pattern, even though that's the first day of summer, I should say, on the meteorological calendar. There's a reason why there's an astronomical date, which is not until the longest day of the year, shortly before Christmas, and that is usually when a lot of people say summer really arrives. So it's not surprising to see a spring pattern going on into December. What is surprising, the size of these storms down in the Southern Ocean. So while Tuesday's a calm day, we've got this big system here on Wednesday. Look at the air pressure, 946. That's what we see in the depths of winter, not the start of summer. So this is showing what Weather Watch exclusively talked about last month, or earlier this month I should say, that the polar vortex is a bit out of control down here. We're seeing a lot of Southern Ocean storms. Now they're not directly coming into New Zealand, but what they're doing is if high pressure's up here, blocking the La Nina weather from coming down, New Zealand ends up with big, strong, mid-spring-like westerlies, and that's exactly what we see on Wednesday. Perhaps another day with wind warnings, although I wouldn't lock this in 100% just yet exactly where it is in the depth. The Southern Ocean being so chaotic means that there will be some change. And next Thursday, there isn't really much change up here. High pressure is still coming into the north, blocking La Nina type weather from coming down our way. Instead, we've got Southern Ocean weather. That means it'll be cooler in many places, although the east and northeast should have a lot of sun and dry weather coming back in again. Some of you will like that forecast. Parts of Hawke's Bay could do with some dry, windy, warm weather. Parts of Canterbury could do with the sun coming out, as could Wellington. So Wellington's going to chop and change with the cloud, but probably a little more sunlight coming back through with this weather pattern. So there we go, going into summer with a spring pattern. That is all from me. We will update you again clearly on Monday with our latest update and also our climate update for December and also the start of summer, probably going through to January as well. And that, we'll see you on Monday. Have a great weekend.